Welcome. I'm so happy to have so many of you here and interested in learning more about the benefits of involvement in professional organizations. My name is Leslie Potts Langdon, and I'm excited to share with you all the resources available to you through the International Society for Technology in Education and other organizations. Today, we will talk about the importance of professional growth. I will introduce you to the International Society of Technology and Education and all that they have to offer their members. We will also explore discipline-specific organizations and the way that they can benefit educators. We will be focusing on professional development opportunities, but you will see that there is much to be gained from building community with other educators. Esteemed educators Robler and Hughes make a distinction between professional development and professional learning, saying that professional development is something teachers receive from others, while professional learning requires greater participation by the teacher. As we discuss the professional development opportunities offered by various organizations, you will start to see that much of what they are still calling professional development is much closer to what Robler and Hughes refer to as professional learning. We are having more and more conversations about student choice and students taking ownership of their learning. Those concepts have moved into the PD space. We will see more and more professional development that has aspects of student driven problem based learning. The stated vision of the International Society of Technology and Education is that all students engage in transformative learning experiences that spark their imagination and prepare them to thrive in learning and life. This is such a noble vision, and ISTE backs it up with professional development opportunities that provide educators with the skill and resources to offer those transformative learning experiences to their students. The groundwork for the International Society for Technology and Education, referred to as ISTE, was laid in 1979 when a small group of passionate educators started talking about what could be. Some of their ideas that were probably pretty radical 45 years ago, through practice and science, have moved into the mainstream. They talked about harnessing the power of technology, student choice, teachers moving away from lectures and towards guiding students. Their commitment to educating our educators is filled through a variety of media. ISTE publishes books on a wide range of technology and education topics, including Power Up Your Classroom, Reimagine Learning Through Gameplay. This title is of particular interest to me because gamifying my classroom is one of my 3-year goals. When we talk about the benefits of membership in a bit, remember the 25% savings on this book. I recently conducted some research on project-based and problem-based learning. I had to establish what abbreviations I would use for each. I had no idea there was another PBL I needed to know about. This podcast about place-based learning changed all that. This episode talks a lot about learning students can do outdoors, but they also discuss things like taking elementary age children into the boiler room to see how the building is heated. I teach in a vocational school, and this year we are learning web development, taking advantage of the different programs in the school to provide opportunities for my students to build websites for the electrical class, the cosmetology students, and all the other programs is an example of place-based learning. With hundreds of blog posts on the ISTE site, it was a huge challenge to find one to highlight until I discovered using AI for equitable lesson planning. I've been using AI to help with lesson plans over the last 2 years, but this post gave me some great tips on how I can use AI to ensure that I am reaching all my different learners. Besides being able to ask AI to adjust for different needs, anything that makes lesson planning faster and more efficient frees up time for teachers to focus on the varied needs of their students. Every other week, ISTE releases a webinar relating to a technology and education topic. Some popular categories include curriculum design, artificial intelligence, makerspaces, and accessibility. Access to these webinars is a benefit of membership. Each year, ISTE holds a 4-day conference bringing together thousands of educators and others involved in education to learn about how technology can support their goals. Unfortunately, I learned about ISTE a few months after their conference was held right up the road from me in Philadelphia. Fortunately, they offer many of their sessions as virtual interactive seminars and workshops, and others as recorded sessions after the conference. Looking back at 2024, there are dozens of seminars and workshops I wish I could have attended. There were many sessions about topics related to artificial intelligence, but one that caught my eye was Dr. Lewinko's session focusing on using technology to provide equity and education to various learners. This is something I strive to do and will always welcome tips and trips, tips, tips and tricks from the experts. I am also interested in gamifying my classroom over the next 3 years. Dr. Z's gamification session took a workshop like approach to guiding participants through the first stage of gamifying a course. Robin Griffith and Neves Marcello presented a hands on session about apps, websites, and strategies for accessibility. Each year, I seem to find myself with a student or two who has needs I'm not familiar with. I find myself spending much of the first month of school researching strategies to ensure that all students receive the education they deserve. I was drawn to Robin and Niv's session because it would be proactive. Anything I can do that will prepare me for what may come is helpful to me. There are many benefits to joining a professional organization. With most groups, you will have the opportunity to network with a community of individuals in a similar line of work or with similar interests. ISTE's added benefits include discounts on products such as the 25% off books we noted earlier. They also offer free and reduced rates on courses for professional development credit. All the ISTE webinars are for members only. This is just a small selection of the webinars I would love to participate in. Well, there are tremendous benefits to joining an organization such as the International Society for Technology and Education. I encourage everyone to look at organizations that may be specific to your discipline as well. My membership in the Computer Science Teachers Association is so important to my continued growth and development as an educator. They bill themselves as the world's largest CS department, which has provided a community where, as one of two computer science teachers in my school, I don't have a network in my own school. My sister-in-law talks about her department meetings as a math teacher in a large high school. They get together and they talk about curriculum and teaching strategies. That is a valuable resource I was missing until I found CSTA. The organization has dozens of affinity groups designed to connect members with similar interests and concentrations. They offer professional development through webinars, online courses, an annual conference, and partnerships with various outside organizations. Most valuable to me has been my involvement in my local